Scene script. Have you ever wondered how someone halfway across the globe can trick you into giving away your hard-earned money without even meeting you? Think about it. You're sitting comfortably in your living room in New York, and someone from a distant location, say Nigeria, convinces you to part with your money. It's baffling, isn't it? Welcome to the dark side of the internet, where cyber deception is a daily reality for thousands of people. It's a world that thrives on the naivety of its victims and the cunning of its perpetrators. A world where the weapon of choice isn't a gun or a knife, but a keyboard and an internet connection. Scammers are everywhere. They could be in the same city as you, or they could be thousands of miles away. They're not limited by geography or borders. All they need is a vulnerable target and a convincing lie. These cyber tricksters have become so adept at their craft that their operations often resemble those of a legitimate business. They have customer service representatives, they use professional language, and they even have return policies. But instead of selling you a product or service, they're selling you a lie. The tactics they use are numerous and varied. Some will pose as a distressed family member in need of financial assistance. Others will pretend to be a government official threatening you with legal action. Some will even go as far as to impersonate a love interest, using emotional manipulation to drain their victims' bank accounts. But what's truly terrifying is the sheer scale of these operations. Every single day, thousands of people fall victim to these scams. It's a global epidemic, and no one is immune. Whether you're an internet novice or a tech-savvy millennial, you could be the next target. The internet has given us access to a world of information and opportunities, but it has also opened the door to a world of deception and exploitation. It's a frightening thought, isn't it? But don't worry, knowledge is power, and we're here to arm you with it. So what exactly is an internet scam and how does it work? Let's get down to business. We'll be dissecting the anatomy of an internet scam, looking at its various types and how they operate. First off, we have phishing scams. These are the crafty ones that pose as legitimate businesses or organizations to trick you into revealing sensitive information, like your login details or credit card number. They do this by sending you an email that looks just like the real deal, complete with the company's logo and branding. The message might say something about a problem with your account, urging you to click on a link and log in to resolve the issue. But in reality, the link leads to a fake website where your information gets swiped. Next, we have lottery scams, the tantalizing ones. They lure you in with the promise of a massive windfall, usually through an email or text message saying you've won a lottery you don't even remember entering. The catch? You need to pay a small fee or taxes to claim your prize. Spoiler alert, there's no prize, and the only one getting rich is the scammer on the other end. Lastly, let's talk about romance scams, the heartbreaking ones. These scammers create fake profiles on dating sites or social media, and initiate a relationship with you. They weave a web of lies, often claiming to be overseas or in desperate situations, to convince you to send them money. Their endgame, to drain your bank account, leaving you brokenhearted and broke. All these scams have one thing in common: they prey on our emotions and exploit our vulnerabilities. Fear of losing access to our accounts, greed for an unexpected fortune, or the longing for love. These scammers are not just thieves, they're puppet masters, pulling at our heartstrings and wallets. As you can see, these scams are designed to exploit human vulnerabilities, fear, greed, or the desire for love. Now that we know what they are and how they work, let's take a closer look at the tactics these scammers use to deceive their victims. It's a fascinating, albeit unnerving, exploration into the art of deception. It's not just about technical prowess or coding skills. It's about understanding human psychology, exploiting vulnerabilities, and using these to manipulate individuals into handing over their hard-earned money. One of the key tools in the scammer's arsenal is urgency. They create a sense of immediate danger or opportunity. Whether it's a loved one in peril, a sudden lottery win, or a time-limited investment opportunity, the goal is to rush the victim into action before they have time to think or consult with others. Next is the tool of authority. Scammers often pose as figures of trust: a bank official, a government representative, or a tech support agent. By doing so, they borrow the credibility of these institutions, encouraging victims to comply without question. Finally, let's talk about scarcity, another potent psychological trigger. Scammers present their schemes as exclusive or limited-time opportunities. The fear of missing out can, unfortunately, overpower rational judgment. Let's consider some examples. Ever received an email from a Nigerian prince who urgently needs your help to secure a massive fortune? That's an example of urgency and authority. Or how about those pop-ups warning you about a dangerous virus on your computer demanding immediate action? Again, urgency and authority at play. Or perhaps you've been offered a chance to invest in a once-in-a-lifetime cryptocurrency venture. That's scarcity in action. The promise of exclusive access to a lucrative deal can be incredibly tempting, even if the deal sounds too good to be true. These tactics are not exclusive to the cyber world. They've been used by con artists for centuries, but the internet has given scammers a global reach and an anonymity that makes their game even more dangerous. It's a sophisticated art of deception, isn't it? But remember, forewarned is forearmed. So how can you protect yourself from falling prey to these scams? Firstly, remember the golden rule of the internet. If something appears too good to be true, it probably is. Scammers often lure victims with promises of quick riches or unbelievable deals. Don't let greed cloud your judgment. Secondly, verify independently. If you receive an email or message claiming to be from a trusted organization, don't just take it at face value. Reach out to the organization directly through a verified contact method to confirm the legitimacy of the communication. This applies to everything, from emails from your bank to those promising heart-rending charitable causes. Thirdly, don't click on suspicious links. Scammers often use these to install malware on your device or lead you to counterfeit websites where they can steal your information. If a link seems suspicious, don't click on it. Instead, hover your cursor over the link to view the URL and see if it matches the trusted organization's official website. Next, be cautious when sharing personal information. Scammers may pose as legitimate businesses or government organizations to trick you into revealing sensitive data. Always confirm the identity of the person or organization asking for your information, and never give out details like your social security number, bank details, or credit card numbers to unverified sources. Moreover, keep your computer and mobile devices protected with up-to-date security software. This can help detect and block malware or phishing attempts. Regularly change your passwords and consider using a password manager to create and store complex passwords. Finally, educate yourself. Stay informed about the latest scams and deceptive tactics used by cyber criminals. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the less likely you are to fall victim to a scam. Remember, in the cyber world, vigilance is your best defense. To protect yourself from scams, be skeptical, verify independently, avoid clicking on suspicious links, be careful with your personal information, and stay educated. You're not powerless against scams, you just need to play it smart. So, what have we learned today? We've unraveled the intricacies of internet scams, delved into the art of deception, and learnt how these cyber tricksters operate. We've explored the tactics they use to ensnare the unsuspecting. More importantly, we've discussed how to protect ourselves, how to build an impenetrable shield against these scams. Knowledge is power, and with this newfound power, we can thwart their efforts. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and let's keep our cyber world a safer place for everyone.